Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel and also the fourth episode on the Durango FS19 map conversion to FS22. If you are joining us now, do check out the previous three videos. We are at this point where we're going to start bringing over all the placeable stuff like this objects and roads and water planes and fields and all that kind of stuff. And the distance scenery, I think we will start with that today, the distance stuff, and we'll work our way from there. But yeah, if this is your first time, a huge big warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for tuning in. And just consider just pausing the video now and just pop that subscribe there, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy my content, and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on new content, So yeah, here we go. Right guys, so in the previous three videos we've converted the map into a new map, brought over all the ground textures, converted them all into FS22 stuff the proper way, not the Giants way. The way it should be done. Giants, if you are listening, do it the right way. Convert the textures, guys. Don't leave it in FS19 format. It is useless that way, because then you can't add FS22 stuff to it, So yeah, it's just better this way. Anyway, guys, here we go. So I'm in the converted FS22 map from the Giants editor. So what I've done, like I said in the previous three videos, I always do a test convert in the editor itself. So the editor converts the map from FS19 into FS22, and then from here on now I can use that to export the objects. Because if you do it from FS19, from the original map, if you export from there, and you have to then convert or sort of work through every single detail to get it into 22. This way it's already in 22, and the shaders are changed into FS22 shaders, all that kind of stuff. But you're going to see now there is going to be like 2 million stuff that we have to still do after Giants has done their apparent conversion in inverted commas, So don't think Giants conversion converts a map. It does not convert the map, guys. It is useless, because you're still going to have to redo the whole map in any way, like you clearly see. Okay, so what I normally do when I convert a map, the easiest is to run through the whole scene graph from top to bottom, because otherwise you're going to miss something, and you're going to end up with, oh my word, I didn't bring this thing over, So obviously the stuff, the sun and the terrain, and that's already there, and career start point, that we can choose later on. But so what I'm going to do now for a test run is I'm going to select this first whole transform group, because if you're going to try and do each one of these, it's going to take you 2 million years to do it. So it's much better. And I'm going to show you now, if you export this, you have to export it with files. And every time you export with files, it takes shaders with, it takes textures with, it takes placeables with, all buildings and objects. So if you do that now, going through this one at a time, it's going to duplicate 2 million files that you're going to have to sort out afterwards. So it's better to take one huge chunk of a whole transform and export the whole thing. So you can see here how much we're going to export in one go into the new map, and let's see if it works. So before we get too witty, let's first see if ever it's going to work. So what you do is select your first one down the list and go File, Export Selection with Files, because we're now taking one from this map and we're putting it into another map, so we have to take everything with. So that's why I say with files. Alright, so we're going to go to our map, which is in my mods folder, the FS22 one, the actual new map. And you'll see I've got the placeables there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder here for myself, and I'm going to call that import. Imported or imports or whatever. Imports. Because they're going to be separate from your placeables that we're going to do later on, because your placeables is going to be stuff like your working stuff, like your sell point and all that kind of stuff, productions, whatever there is as placeables in the map. So imports, And I'm going to call this thing what it is named here, locations upper. Okay, just to keep things the same, locations upper. Because what's going to happen now is it's going to create a new R3D, a new shapes file, a new file hierarchy, everything with textures, with shaders, everything in this locations upper. Maybe I should also make a folder in here. I'm just going to call this upper, because otherwise you're going to have mind you, it might be better just to leave it be, guys, because then we can override. I'll show you now what's going to happen. So locations upper, we're going to save that like there. So it's just the R3 locations not available. Why not? Durango imports iGames locations upper, save. There you go. And then when it gets to this, do you want to get the parent directory? No, you do not want to do the parent directory structure. But mind you, this is a FS22 conversion, so you can say yes on this one. And when it asks you, do you want to keep the game relative paths, you're going to go yes as well. So let's just have a look now, because now what's going to happen, we should now have that all working correctly. So I'm just going to wait. It's going to take a while to export all of this. We've done a whole chunk of stuff now, so let's just give it a second. All right, so there you go. So let us now go into our map, the actual map, and go into imports. You see here, so here, that's just what I was saying. There's your i3D, the shapes, the textures, all the folders, everything now created. So let's open this up and see if we have any errors, and if there's stuff missing, if we've got white buildings without textures, if we've got stuff that's not working, all that kind of funny things. So it's always good to test your export once you've exported, just to make sure everything is working properly, you know, or the way that you've exported it. All right, so here we go. I just want to go out, zoom out a little bit, so like so, and then get there. I must actually say this actually looks pretty good. Remember, guys, this is just props. It's got no XMLs to it. There's no working parts in this. There's no cell points. This is the stuff in the map, you know. So just go about, verify. If you see stuff that looks flashy and weird, we will get to those probably still later on. But I'm pretty impressed. We don't have much to worry about here. I don't see any problems. Don't see any stuff that looks bad. However, these rocks doesn't look good. These rocks are a bit glossy, and I've had that problem before where the shaders didn't export properly or convert properly. So we will get to those. But I'm happy with that. I'm totally happy with that. Let's just check the console for errors, and let's just have a look if there's any problems. Because if you have any errors here, these are, you see, you're going to have to find this and fix them. So there's a FS17 shader. Oh my word, it's a building shader that is not going to work anymore in FS22. You see, this chisel program things, these are all shader errors. That's definitely shader errors. So there's a few of them. So you're going to have a look at these and check where they come from. But I suppose let's start at that building shader, because it might be where the problem is arising. So we're going to find out which building is using the FS17 shader. Alright, so let us have a look. Obviously it won't find that because there's no data FS17 support anymore. So it's going to have a look at that. Good. Alright, so best thing to do now is right click this and open with the Notepad++. Let's find it wants to reload the Durango map, obviously, because we've closed it and saved it. So let us find that shader that's got the problem. So it is FS17 building shader US. copy that, Control C, and go in here into the XML, Control V, find. Okay, so there it is. So file ID 1038 is pointing to a building shader. So ID 1038, we can copy that and search for that. So let's see what it is that's using that. Biogas plant. Alright, so the biogas, it's custom shader ID 1038. So it's the biogas plant is the first thing that we can see that's using that. Biogas plant, transform, farm temple. I missed it now. Where is it? Shape ID. No, shape ID is not it. So it's only the biogas plant. So now we know in that i3D, the biogas plant is something that is going to be a problem. So let us go there. What I want to do now is just close this map, just so that we don't have too much stuff open, you know. I found that your editor, sometimes if you have 2 or 3 editors open, it just crashes, and then you lose your place in your work and all your stuff, and then you cry like a baby. So let's find the biogas plant. Maybe it is here. I don't see it by the first look. So what's nice in FS22, you have this very nice search facility here on top, if you haven't noticed that. Biogas plant, there it is, you see. So now we can close that. We've selected it, you close it there on top, and then for some reason I didn't see it. Maybe you guys saw it and laughed nicely at me, you know. So oh my word. So we're gonna now find the material there that it was saying. The error was saying, what was the error now? It's some material. I want to have a browse there quickly. Oh, I think it was here. Control F. Let's just go back to the, it's biogas plant material that uses that shader. So all we're going to do now is find that biogas plant. Now it's gone past me again, and we've got the material editing open, and so once we see biogas plant material here, we're going to know we're on the right spot, you know. So I'm just going to scroll through them. That's Lambert 1, and just see that's the array material. It's not it. Buildings array. So it doesn't look array material. Did I see the right thing? It's just biogas plant underscore mat. Alright, so plant facility, you see, and it could be that they are in one of the small or the, what do you call it, these things. So what we're going to do, that's an array material. Chain link fence, array material, plant house, power unit, so it's basically a thing of searching for the biogas plant material. Material, chain link fence, the shed. I don't see anything here with so it must be deeper in the things. I wonder if we can maybe trace it here. If we go to what can we use to trace it? So because your material ID, maybe material ID, let's look at material ID 82. Control C, where is that used? Control V. If it's too many places, no, it's only the one place. What happens if we disable the shader for that? So what I'm going to do is just close this i3D and not save it, and then what I normally do for a test is just chuck this custom shader ID, because what happens now if we remove the custom shader ID, we can always put it back if we don't close this i3D. So we can save it just like that. So now we remove the shader. Now we open that same thing again, and we go to the biogas plant and see if we have any problems, which probably normally normally there is a problem, but sometimes there isn't, and we hope for that. So let's go here, press F, and then click in there, and then have a look at that biogas plant if we can see anything strange. Remember, we're not in the map now, so the lighting is out. There's no light here in this session. So there's no sun, there's no moon, there's no nothing. But I can't see any problem, nothing flickering or looking bad. So this is the whole biogas plant. Let me just select the plant again. So if you select it, just take a 360 scroll around to see if there's not anything else popping up, but it's only this one. So all looks good. So let's save the map now. The map, listen to me, the map. So let's save the i3D. Once it's finished saving, we can close it, and come this way it will say to reload it. Whoop. And now if you now search for ID 1038, you will see that it is, was it 1038? I think it was 1038. It should be totally gone. File 1038. You see, it's totally gone. So that i3D, the i3D has changed the shader, so there's no shader being used anymore. And we should now have a proper working export without that errors, because normally that jizzle stuff is, yeah, there you go. Okay, so all errors are gone. Normally that jizzle program error, whatever, gives is referring to stuff like shader errors. So let's go F there. Good. Oh, this looks very good. Alright, so what I want to do now is just quickly have a look at these rocks, because I know for a fact these rocks is also going to be a problem, because they are like glossy like crazy. Let's just put the light on for us. So we create a light. Just like there, and then let's go to biogas plant. You can actually put the Y, say 200. So it's a bit higher, you know, so let's make it 800. So it's a bit higher up in the air, back to the biogas plant. So now just have a look at those. Sorry, we want to go to the rocks, but I know they are close by. I want to just get some more light on the subject, you know. That light is very far away. Thanks, honey. My wifey just brought me some fresh coffee. I'm blessed. Blessed beyond measure. Good. Alright, so let's not dwell on that too much. Rocks. So what you're going to do is the same drill. Normally the rocks, what you can do is select one of them, open it up, find the shader for it or the material editing, and normally if there is stuff like, yeah, here we go, textures, custom textures and stuff. I just want to see where this leads to. That's a rock SA diffuse, SA normal, diffuse, that's a normal, and this one is specular. There you go. So that shader that's in here pops up here, and it gives this rock certain characteristics. Now sometimes what happens is you sometimes have a gloss map or a emissive map here in the top at material, but in this case this there it is, the gloss map. So what you can do now is just have a look at the LOD1. It's also got a gloss map. So LOD and LOD1 both has gloss maps. So just delete this for now. Before you do that, just save your i3D. I haven't really made any changes yet, but just for the heck of it, save it. And then what we're going to do is just delete this gloss map to see what happens to the rocks. You see immediately they look 200 times better. Because if you do the shaders work like that. If you do one, it will automatically update all the other shaders on that same in that same material. So rock material. Alright, so whatever rock uses rock material, that shader will be updated there. And now if you go to LOD2, you'll see it's automatically updated to remove the gloss map. So now I'm happy with the rocks. Okay, if that doesn't work, guys, go in here and change, look at different mixtures here, go to none, check whatever formats there is, and try one of these shader mixes, variations of the shader, and see if it does a change. And if that doesn't work, you can always go down here, I think, and just remove this texture here. Alright, so take this specular out and see if that helps, and then save. And once you've done all of that and you're happy, save, and you will no longer have that shader error and the problem. I normally find it with FS19 stuff, if you can remove the shader, do delete the shader, because the shaders just cause problems to convert to FS22. But if the shaders, some shaders have variations that you can't delete. It's like building shaders, for instance. Building shaders, you struggle because the shaders sometimes are incorporating one big huge diffuse with 200 things in it, especially with your signs and stuff, and then you can't delete the shader, you know. But just give you that tip there, you know. So here we go. Alright, so into mods, FS Durango. Let's open the map now, and now that we have no more errors, we can import. And while we're waiting for that to open, I can reload this and close it, because we are finished with that one export. So that is how you have to work through the whole export. Go to your buildings, spend time on all the stuff that's in that one section, and then just check for problems and check for errors in the thing before you import it. Because sometimes when you now import it, you'll still have errors in your map, though my map is now error free, because I'm going to import this now. And let's just hope it's not going to give any more errors. But sometimes it happens that stuff clashes with your map, and then you have to fix those errors again, you know. So you can never win. Alright, so here we go. Okay, oh, I forgot the light. But we can delete the light, luckily. So let's just delete that. We don't need an extra light. And suddenly, there's stuff in our map. Hey, man, isn't that awesome? Suddenly there is stuff in our map. I saw a flash there. I don't know if you've noticed that. And I know it's the glass on this building. This is actually the building from Estancia L'Espaccio. That map. This glass has forever been doing that, you know. So like I said, we missed that in the original R3D, but it definitely is a problem. So we can now just browse through the rest of the stuff. When you get to cars and windows and glass and all kind of stuff, and I'm going to show you now how to fix that. Just do a flyby over the buildings and check it out. This is the dam from Ravenport. Very, very nice. It's called, what's it called? But it is the dam from Ravenport. I recognize it because I've converted Ravenport as well. I'm still busy with Ravenport in the background, guys, for console. I want to bring it to ModHub and to console, so the poor guys on consoles can also play FS22 Ravenport. I hope I can do it before FS24 comes out or whatever. But anyway, we'll get to that, Lord willing, you know how it goes with time. It really looks good, guys. I don't see much problems. You'll immediately see a problem. Something is flickering and going haywire if there's like shader problems or stuff that's not working, you know. So it's only that garage. So I hope I can find it again. I should have dealt with it while we were there, you know, while we were seeing it. Where is it? Is it here in the middle somewhere? Is a garage here somewhere with some flickering stuff on it? There it is. Okay. Alright, so let's sort this glass thingy-mabobby out. So, what I sometimes do, you'll now immediately see, take the transform of the thing that's flickering, and just move it about and see if it stops. Yeah, it is definitely, you can see the flickering is in there. Go Control Z to drop it down again where it was. And now, first thing, like I always do, just trash the gloss map and see if the flickering stops. If the flickering stops when you remove the gloss map, like half of it's gone, you can see it's still got a little bit of a flash. Stuff is going on there. And then if that doesn't help, let's go down here. You see it's using a shader for window. So what happens if we delete the shader for window? All the flickering stops, you see. That's why I say, when you convert to FS22, you normally have a problem like that, you know. So the glass material now, that's there. Window material will now all be updated and the shaders will be removed. And then you have glass with no worries. Okay, so I missed that one in the export, but if you caught it before you import it, you could have fixed it in the R3D and then import it without problems. But now we fixed it here in the map, so that's all right as well, because as soon as we save, it's going to update our map R3D anyway, you know, so it will be fine. Great, so that looks very good. Great, locations upper is done. Now let's just have a look at our console. If we have any problems, we might have from that error that we had there. So let's just have a look. Warnings, that's normal. Info foliage error, failed to open. FS17 building shader. Is that thing still in there? Couldn't pass Jizzle program. Alright, so let us quickly have a look. I'm going to not save the map. I'm just going to close without saving, because I want to fix that in the i3D itself. Alright, so what we're going to do now is open up here. Quick into our map imports. Check this out again. It's telling me that that building shader is still there. And it is 1039. I thought we removed it. So ID 1039 is still there. Control C. Did I forget to save that thing? Oh my word. I did. I never saved it. How is that possible? I'm sure I saved it. So let's save it now. There's the biogas plant material has been updated with no shader. And let us test it then now. Upper locations. My word. I'm running like a top in circles. Right, that looks much better. No errors. And remember to delete the light. Let's just check the rocks now, because I can now almost not believe my eyes. Where's the rocks? Let's find the is the light still there? Did I not delete it? I wanted to first just check. Biogas plant. I know the rocks were here. There it is. Okay, it seems like we forgot to save the i3D text editor file before we came in here. So let's delete that, and then let's just find that little what is it called, gas station, and let's fix the little glass windows on this here immediately. Here you can immediately see, oh word, it is like crazy. Gas station building. I want to get to the glass. It's not the building array material. I want to get the glass. Where's the glass? Here's the glass. There it is, the glass. So we remove the glass map, boop, like so, and chuck the shader, like so. And then I think we're going to have a stable glass material in there. And did I delete the light? Yes, I did delete the light. Bloop, bloop. Save it. And now we can, with peace, import it and have a look. Before we do that, let me just verify this one to reload it. And now find ID 1039, shape 1039. That looks much better, but I'm sure we were here. Oh my word. Yeah. Let's just find that shader. Is the shader still here? Yeah, you see now it makes sense. I'm sure we forgot to save this, and it happens, guys. That's why I always say, remember to save your work. Okay. So back into the map, and now we can import, and everything should be fine. And that's how you do it. One thing at a time, from one to the other. And that's what guys don't understand. You know, you can spend 60 hours converting a map. It takes hours and hours and hours of work of fixing problems, fixing shaders, fixing materials, all kinds of stuff. It's not just a walk in the park. Oh, convert with Giant's editor converter, which doesn't work, and then you put it in the game and you're happy, man. No, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, it would have been nice if they built a proper converter, you know. I mean, they've got the tools, they've got the knowledge, they've got the know-how. It's their program, it's their software, it's their game. They're supposed to be able to do it. No stuff there, no flickering. And I wanted to see, where is that rocks that we, where is the biogas plant? That's the one we're looking for. I can't really see it that first glance, so let's just press F once we've selected it, and I know the rocks were here close by. There it is. So yeah, look at that rocks. That looks so much better. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so much better. Okay. Okay, so now, obviously now, we're happy chappies. Let's see the console. Let's consult the console, guys. Are there any errors from the import? Yep, we have errors. So let's just have a look. What is causing our problems? Info transform. It doesn't say. There's definitely a shader problem. Number shader. You see, shaders, number shader. That's another problem, guys. And I'm going to show you where the number shaders are. Your number shaders are normally on that little displays of the weighing stations, you know, so that's always an issue. You've got a problem with that. So there is quite a few of them. So let us once again not save the map. So we want to figure that out first. We can actually probably fix them here. I'm wondering. I'm just thinking, guys. I'm just thinking. I want to see where there is number shaders used. So let's just save, not save it. Let's go directly into that R3D once again. So this is, luckily, if you do it this way, you're doing a large chunk of work at once, you know. So it is, you're covering a lot of ground, you know. So once again, let's just open the R3D and find the number shader. It's strange that it doesn't give the error. Yeah, but remember I said to you that you can have no errors here, but once you've imported into your map, suddenly, poop, there you go, other problems, you know. So yeah, it happens. Now I know for a fact that the biogas plant has those little number shader goede bit joppies. There we go. So let's go there. And it's normally here by the weighing station. There's like a little scale thingamabob. You see this thing here? The weight display. Now normally what I will do in this instance, because there is a weigh station in FS22, we can just replace this whole thing. So what I'm going to do, weigh station, I'm going to select this whole thing with its little trigger and box and everything, and then just delete it out of the R3D. You see, like so. And this thing as well, weigh station platform, because the new station that we're going to add into the biogas plant, it will have its own little weigh station thingamabob. Alright, so let's just leave it like so. And I'm wondering what else? Lumber mill, where else? So let's just do the thing like this. You see, weigh station booth. So let's just go here, press F, and see if there is some more digital displays here. That luckily I don't see any displays. And what's this one? F, way station booth. And then hopefully, yeah, you see this thing is going to have a that's the same one, biogas plant. All right, and way station display base. Where's that? Oh, it's on the other side. Right, so we just delete those two as well from the map, or from the little thing. And I think we've covered now all the way station stuff. Let's just do a search for display. It looks like it. Alright, so your number shaders are normally working there. So let's save it. Let's save it once again and see if we have any errors for number shaders now. But what we can do once again is come in here, have it rechecked, and just do a search for number shader like so, and we shouldn't have any number shaders, because what happens is when you delete the things that the shader is connected to and save it, it will update your i3D and obviously remove the shader as well. So now finally, hopefully we'll be ready. But like I said, guys, don't get despondent, because you are really putting a lot of stuff into the map, transferring a lot. So spend your time fixing all the nitty-gritty issues with your imports, and then once you are done, you will be very happy, like I am going to be, you know. Alright, so here we go. So let's give it another go, guys. Import. So let's see now if we can get any more problems arising from the matter. Locations upper, there you go. Let's consult our console, and hopefully we've done all of them. And I found also, before you get too happy, just run around a bit. Oh, there's actually some trees and stuff that also came over with this. Amazing. Do browse around a little bit, because sometimes the errors doesn't come up immediately, only comes up when you browse around a little bit. So I'm just doing a quick flyby just to sort of prompt the map a little bit, and then now we're gonna go crazy. Yeah, I'm totally happy, guys. So that is the first one done. I'm totally happy and totally impressed with that export and import. It was really very easy. There wasn't much struggle to overcome, and now we've got a happy map, and I can save and close, and then we do the second one, and I think I'll just do two at a time. I'm just on too long, because it can be a bit time consuming or tiring if you have to watch a 2-hour video, you know. Although I know you guys obviously can't get enough of my voice and my teaching style and everything, or my showing style. Oh my word. I'm just yanking your chain, guys. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so that first one is all done. So I think what happens, it's amazing if you try now do it straight from FS19. If you take the FS19 map and directly export, you will see there's a huge difference. You're going to have much more shader problems. But luckily with the conversion, that I've already converted the map with the Giants Editor converter, the map converter or the mod converter, it does help a little bit with the shader problems. It doesn't fix all of it, but there is a lot of work that's been done, and that is making our life a little bit more easy, you know. I'm just wondering, what is this stuff here? It looks like the guy didn't finish these fields, or maybe there's some actually stuff that probably needs to come in still. But this is the whole map, so I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, guys. But anyway, let's not fuss about that. We're going on to the next one. So we've done the upper, so let's do the lower. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to be clever. I'm going to copy that name so that I can export it with files. So I select File, Export with Files. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be clever now. I'm going to just pop it in here, like so. So it will create a new R3D. And if there is textures in these folders, it will overwrite them because they're going to be the same. If they've got the same name, they're going to be the same texture, all of that, you know. So it's going to save a little bit of space if I do it this way. So it's a nice tip there for you. Okay, locations upper, locations lower, save. Parent, yes, and yes again. Cool. All right. So normally I would select no there, but because this has already been exported via Giants, all the connections to the Giants map, the FS22 version of Giants, of the game actually, of Farming Simulator. So we want those connections. All right, so there you go. So we've exported that. We can close the map and then go into our map, which is the new map, into imports. And as I said, look at there. All the stuff has been dropped into the same folders and overwritten where. So it does save a little bit of space doing it this way, you know. So here we go. So let's open 904 and see what surprises awaits us there. While we're waiting for that to open, we can go in here. We've done with that. Reload, which is the map i3D. Oh yes, because we've saved the map. So yeah, it can reload the map. It's all right. In fact, I'm actually finished in the R3Ds for now, so I can close that. These we can close because we're done with them. So after all, let's not worry too much about it. Right, so here we go. Zoom out again. If you zoom out and you can't see anything, just scroll around a little bit. Or just grab one and press F, you know. So like press F and then you can zoom out again. So yeah, my plan didn't work as suggested. So I honestly don't know where I'm now at, you know, because sometimes you can like get lost between all these things. So I'm just like frantically scrolling around now, trying to see what is what. Where's my stuff? Beach Town, F. So let me just zoom in up to the point where Beach Town is, because what happens normally is sometimes the points are not where they're supposed to be. So you think that you're going to be at Beach Town, but you're not. I can't see anything, guys. I am lost now. So what I'm going to do is just close and reopen, because yeah, I am as lost as can be. I'm as lost as a beetle in a dung heap. That's a crazy. Oh my word. Alright, so F, Beach Town. Let's try and find Beach Town. I'm zooming out. I'm going to go all around. Oh my word. What is going on with this export? Oh, here we go. I finally found something. Ocean Villa. Good stuff. Oh my word. Sure. Oh, there's stuff in the distance. Oh, wonderful. Okay, now we can browse. And once again, it really looks good. Even the night stuff. This night stuff normally gives problems. If you select these things and you go into that, there's like an illum in here. Now the illum normally have this night stuff going on in the lights and in the windows, real lights. Just want to see. Luckily they don't have shaders or nothing. Custom shader. There's no shaders, anything. Good. Then I'm happy. Because sometimes these things can give you issues. So all I do is I just delete all the real lights or the illum stuff, you know, that gives problems. Or just remove the shaders, like I said earlier on in the previous export. But these looks all good. I'm not seeing any problems. Wonderful. Alright, so let's consult our console for errors. Once again, see what we've got to work with. Error, failed to open FS19 building shader. Why isn't that a surprise? If it's 17 building shader, oh, that's your problem sometimes. The guys uses FS17 stuff in the FS19 stuff, and then you want to put that another version further, and you end up with this trouble here. So I'm going to just save it for now and close it. And now we're going to find, I wonder if I can find it in here. I don't think so. Yeah, you're not going to find it in here. You have to check it in the actual R3D itself. So we're going to open the R3D, Control F, V, and then find. So there you go. File ID is 1005. And what I do normally, I don't copy the file, because the only place where the file ID will be here under File ID section. So you just copy the ID number, Control C, and we know it's a shader, so we should find the custom shader ID. That's what we're going to find. Custom shader ID, there it is. So BGP dry material is the thing that is causing or is using this shader. So all I'm going to do once again is just remove the shader, same drill as previously, save it up, and this just find, I don't think there'll be another one, custom shader ID 1005. There is electric hydro plant. Okay, so let's just remove that one as well. That is strange that is from FS17 tree trunk material. So which was that ID? It was a building shader. Oh, you know what? We're going to have a problem if it's a building shader. So let me stop right here. Just don't save it, because let's first open it again. Just verify. Control F, V. It was FS17 building shader. Yeah, if it's a building shader, I'm going to show you now what the problem is with the building shader. Ooh, it's going to be a problem. Because now you sit with a building, and shaders in buildings give textures to walls and to roofs and to window frames and doors and all kinds of stuff. So if this is a real FS17 building that the guys have brought in, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But let's see if we can sort that out. FS17 support. What we can do is just try this. Oh, I don't have Farming Simulator 17, but what we do have is Farming Simulator 19, where that support folder is. So let's just move this shader just for the fun of it. So what we can do, is go here to FS19, and an FS17 support will be in here, and then shaders, and then find that FS17 building shader. We copy that, drop that into our map here where this is. So all we do then is take this imports, copy that, and overwrite this whole thing here with imports like so. So it will be imports FS17 building shader. Right, so there's the R3D. Actually, no, it shouldn't be imports because the R3D is there, so we need to just put it here like so, just FS17 building shader, because it's in the same directory as the R3D. Good. Alright, because it always works from the directory where your R3D is. Alright, so easiest to put it right there. Save. Now the fun is going to start. It's going to moan about the versions of the shader. Okay, so let's have a look at the lower locations when we open that now. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Console. Error. Outdated custom shader. You see? As version 4, please convert to 5. Alright, so all I'm going to do now, a trick that I have seen in the past works sometimes, is go into the shader itself and just change the version to 5, And then it's going to complain about a lot of other stuff, but it's only going to be warnings, not an error. So if you have a warning, it's fine. And there's nothing you can do because you're going to have to rebuild the whole building. It is a nightmare, guys. Believe me, you don't want to go down that route. FS17 building is way too outdated to try and fix up, you know. So let's console. Did normal. Okay, you see there's it. Missing texture, M did normal. Missing texture. Alright, so we can live with these tiny little errors, because what we're going to do now is quickly find these little files that it's complaining about. So the first one is the texture streaming needs UV usage. That's fine. It's just a sort of a message. But this one can't load resource. So what we look at, did normal, is that only did normal. M did normal. So it is texture M did normal and resource. Alright, so did normal, I know where that is. It's very simple to reroute. So let us find normal.png. So you copy that. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is Control FV once again, find did normal. So there's no did normal in here. So it is in the shader. Sorry, it's in the shader itself. So we have to open the shader and we'll find it in here. So there's M did normal. Alright, so what we want to do now is find did normal.png, which would be probably in the FS19 directory again. So let's go in here. Data, search, V. And this should definitely be map did normal. It's did normal. There it is. Alright, so in any of these directories, maps textures shared. Alright, so it's 19 data maps textures shared. Easy and peasy. So I could have actually just been there and just copy it here. Control. Mind you, yeah, I'm going to have to copy it. It's a normal. Yeah, let's just copy it because I'm sure the textures might be different in size than from the 22. So otherwise we'll get the size warning and all kinds of nonsense. So just copy that. Once again, drop this in here. Did normal, there it is. And then we open the shader, and in this instance we're going to have to use the imports. Copy, and then we're going to go from there. I'm just going to leave it like so. Let's just close this up. Without saving. I'm going to leave it like so because it is in the same, but I know for a fact it's going to probably want the directory in there. So let's just put it like that. Imports did. Okay, so let us have a look now what happens when we open location slower. Does it still complain? Okay, can't load resource. Durango, imports. Yeah, you see, it doesn't need the imports. Okay. For some reason, this is not. Mind you, but it's not in the i3D. It's in the shader, and XML normally needs the full path. But anyway, let's just give it what it wants. Take the path out, save it. Sometimes these things make your head spin. Okay, good stuff. Let's have a look. Here we go. Perfect. That's what we want to see. And remember that it's just a warning, and it's an FS17 shader, so do not worry about it at all. And once again, which one did we find was working? Hydro plant. Oh yeah. You see, our hydro plant is not happy. Why is our hydro plant looking like this? I think we removed the shader. That's probably why. Oh my word. Oh my word. Building shader. So let's just see what happens if we add a building shader for this thing. Shader source. Let me just open this up a little bit. It doesn't have the material anymore. What is going on? There's no material for it. That's why. What to do? What to do? Electric hydro plant. And I'm wondering if this is the yeah, this is, could it be the one from FS19 map? I can't remember. Alright, so we have a problem with the hydro plant, guys, and it is that FS17 building shader. Definitely the thing that's causing the problems. Just want to see if there's anything else that is missing. Building stuff? No, actually not. Wow, this is also from Ravenport. Very nice. Guy has taken some stuff out of the base game maps, which is nice. I like that because it makes life simple with map size, you know. Makes life simple eventually with map size. If you do it correctly though, let's add that. Alright, so it looks like Ocean Villa. Ocean Villa. It's everything. Oh, here we go. Ocean Villa. This all looks good. Lighthouse area, we've seen that. Dairy Daisy. I don't think there will be anything else that is going to be a problem. Alright, so electric hydro plant. The electric hydro plant. And it is definitely because I removed the shader. Remember I said to you, if you remove the shader, you're going to have problem with the building shader. But now we've put the building shader back, but obviously it's lost the material for it. So the only thing I can do now is stop that changes. No. And then locations lower. But why does it let's just quickly have a look at ID 1005. There it is, custom shader ID 1005. I didn't remove it, but I think it's just the shader is too old. So material ID 208 is material for that. Tree trunk. Shapes doesn't matter. Shapes doesn't matter. Once you're in the shape section, doesn't really matter because there's a lot of shapes that with the same ID. So it doesn't really matter. So that's the bottom of it. Okay, what to do? If it's only that hydro plant, I can replace that. So let's do that. I'm happy with the rest of the stuff. We've at least saved the other stuff where the building shader was used. So I'm going to leave that as is. And but what we'll need to do is take a look at that hydro plant itself, or maybe do a export of that on its own and see if we can maybe get it to work. So what I'm going to do from this i3D, find that hydro plant. I don't see it. Oh, this is upper. Wrong one, guys. You're probably laughing at me. Locations lower is what we want. Oh my word. Okay, hydro plant. Let's take the electric hydro plant. F on that, and just delete it. just delete it from this scene and save. Alright, which will probably make that shader now obsolete, but we will have a look now. It's ready. So let's go back to lower locations, notepad. I misclick there, sorry guys. Notepad, Control F. I want to just check building shader. Oh, it is still there. And it's 1008 now that we've saved. It is the lower ID. FS17 building shader. Yep, it is the right one. Control V. So the tree trunk is still there. Okay, so it's for the tree trunk. Okay, good. Alright, so there you go, guys. So that is the one thing sorted. And now we can go into our map. And let's import. And then we'll do that electric hydro plant on its own and see if we can salvage it. If we can't salvage it, we have to replace it with something else. Another building that looks alike, you know. And I know where that plant comes from. I think, if I'm correct, it's from the Beaver Dam. It's called Beaver Dam in Ravenport, that hydro plant. So it's possible that we can maybe salvage it. I'll have a look. Alright, so there's the upper location. And just for fun, consult the console. Make sure everything is still alright. I don't see any errors. That is great. So let's go File Import. And go to lower locations this time. And hopefully hold cross fingers and whatever toes and whatever that everything is fine. Let's have a look. Not that I believe in that junk. But yeah. Okay, here we go. We've got some more stuff. FS17 building shader needs UV usage. That's fine. FS17 building shader. That building shader is going to give us headaches, guys. So let's just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it completely. So I'm just going to close here without saving. Open up our imports. Let's just get rid of it. Get rid of it completely. Boop, like so. Mind you, I'll just leave it there for now. And go in here. Notepad. Lower location. Make sure we work on the right thing. Building shader. And then we know it's ID 1008. Sorry, I've got it here. So what we're going to need to do now is tree trunk material. Custom shader ID 1008. So we're going to remove this custom shader from there. And find next. We jump straight into the shape, so that's fine, which means we are finished with the transforms and the stuff there. So save. And now let's see if we still got that same error. So if I now go open here, the i3D, we should still have no problems here. Yeah. Save it once again, which doesn't really matter because it should be saved already. Go in here, reload it, Control F. Let's find FS17 building shader. It should be gone. The i3D should have removed it. So now that we are happy with that, let's now check if we can import it. And I wonder, I've got this feeling in my inside that that pink tree thing might be that tree trunk shader, although it might be something else, some other tree trunk. I'm not too sure where that tree trunk is, but yeah, if we see something very funny, import, then we know. Lower locations. There you go. Now let's see if we've got any pop-ups. Window console. And this is like to and fro, up and down, You know, all the things and all the time. So it looks like we are A4 away. Oh, that's lower locations, so it will all be down here by the docks. So when I get there, if my PC just want to come with me. Alright, so I think I'm just going to do a flyover. If I see any flashes or stuff, we know. And you can easily see if the thing's textures aren't there. Like you'll see this, like you saw on this dam. You can quickly see if stuff is in the wrong spot. And this stuff is all floating in the water. It will all make sense when we... I wonder if this is the tree trunks. It must be this. But they looks good. It does looks good. If it is them, then it's fine. I don't see any other trees that can have a tree trunk. It was tree trunk material. So if we go to those trees, just for interest's sake, if you want to know, if you select a tree, and this is a standard pine tree from what's his face, pine trunk material, and I can't remember now if it was pine trunk or tree trunk, but whatever, it was a trunk. And that was it, you know. So that's how it is. That is what it is. All right, but I don't see anything flashing out of place, looking weird or anything. There's another BGA. My word, this guy's got a lot of BGAs. Alright, so one last thing, consult the console, because we've been floating around nicely now. If there was any errors, they would be there now for sure. And we are happy, guys. Collapse, save. Good. So we have two large imports done in this one video. I'm very impressed and very happy with that. So yeah, let us end this session here and call it a day for this record, because I think we have done some really good timing here. It looks very good. I'm very impressed and very happy with where we are. Great, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's really been a pleasure. Remember to like and subscribe, and I do really encourage you, if you like my stuff, do jump on my Patreon, get on my supporter base, and really do help me, support me. I really appreciate that very much. Okay, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, man. Cheers.